By now, you've heard the acronym ADDIE, but have you ever explored the framework of this model? It's easy for an instructional designer to ask themselves, what is ADDIE? The ADDIE model is the generic process traditionally used by instructional designers and training developers. The 5 phases, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation, represent a dynamic, flexible guideline for building effective training and performance support tools. Let's take a moment to review each area of ADDIE and analyze the processes being done at each step. In the analysis phase, the instructional problem is clarified, the instructional goals and objectives are established, and the learning environment and learners' existing knowledge and skills are identified. Here are some of the questions that are addressed during the analysis phase. Who is the audience and their characteristics? Identify the new behavioral outcomes. What types of learning constraints exist? What are the delivery options? What are the online pedagogical considerations? And what is the timeline for project completion? The design phase deals with learning objectives, assessment instruments, exercises, content, subject matter analysis, lesson planning, and media selection. The design phase should be systematic and specific. Consider the following. Translate the program objectives into terminal and enabling learning objectives. Quantify project development, implementation, and evaluation costs and effort required. Determine program structure and sequence. Determine program duration and pace. Decide program format and mode of delivery. Articulate the transfer of learning methods and workplace support. And define implementation and training administration requirements. The development phase is where developers create and assemble the content assets that were created in the design phase. The project is reviewed and revised accordingly to any feedback given. During the implementation phase, a procedure for training the facilitators and the learners is developed. The facilitators' training should cover course curriculum, learning outcomes, method of delivery, and testing procedures. In addition, be sure you train the learners on the technology in which the learning will take place. Although evaluation is listed as the last phase of ADDIE, most developers use evaluation throughout their project. In the design phase, the evaluation of objectives determines the type of project or instruction. The project is routinely evaluated by the developers and testers to ensure it is meeting the requirements and achieving the learner objectives. The evaluation phase consists of 2 parts, formative and summative. Formative evaluation is present at each stage of ADDIE processes. Summative evaluation consists of tests designed and providing opportunities for feedback from the users. Each organization and each project will have its own specific requirements, so you will need to customize your ADDIE process to suit your own project's circumstances. Be sure you note that several project variables are calculated as the project progresses through each phase. These variables include cost, schedule, requirements, and risks, and as each of these is made more fully known, a go, no-go decision must be made at each phase. The phases of ADDIE model are also iterative in that the learnings resulting from the evaluation phase are fed back into the next project. In this way, each successive project may improve in its delivery of expected organizational benefits.